Wow. It is a beautiful day to go ride something new. I'm taking on Buzzard's Roost Ridge outside of Quincy. Another brand new kind of sorta trail from the Sierra Buttes Trail Stewardship. I was just poking around on Trail Forks like I do. I'm obsessed. I love mapping. And all of a sudden I see this double black diamond 3,000 foot descent right 30 minutes outside of Quincy. Like, what the heck is this? I think it'll end up being a 2,500 foot climb on the road and then maybe another 1,000 feet on the trail. Not many comments on Trail Forks, but I can see that people have been riding it. But then I saw Kurt Gensheimer, the trail whisperer, talked about it on his podcast and he gave it the double thumbs up. Supposed to be a pretty steep and raw adventure. Holy moly, the air is fresh. The sun is shining. I think we're gonna see some snow at the top. This might be the last day that this trail is rideable. I think it's gonna snow tomorrow and we're gonna be above 7,000 feet up here. So when it snows, it stays through the winter. On the electronic mountain bike, I made the fatal mistake. I had the bike in the shop. Mason at Yuba Expeditions in Quincy took care of me, got a new back tire. I broke a spoke on a ride that I was Indian Falls Ridge with Sarah. That is an awesome ride. I know I keep talking about it, but highly recommended. So I knew the e-bike was sitting low battery, but I forgot the charger today. I have power in my van. I could have charged it up, just sat around, waited, but instead I'm taking the gamble. I had it in eco mode for about a minute. It was hurting me too much. So I'm in Tour Plus and we'll see how many footies I can do. I guess if I stop talking, I could put it back in eco and just spin along. Man, when that sun hits, it is amazing. This jacket hopefully is coming off. This seems to be a pretty good road for a full-on motorcycle or race car to be screaming through here, so I got to be careful. I was just getting ready outside the van and I heard a motorcycle coming, and then I heard like a skittering or like a thumping and then nothing. And I was like, oh no, what the heck? Did somebody just die down there? So I hopped in the van and I drove down, and a motorcyclist had hit ice on the bridge, which I had driven over and not even noticed that it was icy. With the motorcycles, it's a lot more dangerous. But he's dead, so I just figured I'd just go for the ride. He was fine. He was a little shook up. He had all the good protection gear. His bike was fine. It had like the skid plate thing, so he rode on. The day could have been going a lot different right now. Great game to play, range anxiety. I'm really thinking hard about getting an electric car, get range anxiety in the car, do the e-bike, you got range anxiety on the e-bike. Yeah, this might be the last adventure in the Ram ProMaster van, the Nuggabago. You might never see it again in a video. Inshallah, I gotta get that thing sold. Not a lot of parking on this skinny little 2-lane road, but there was a turnoff. Maybe enough room for 4 cars. I'll have to put that on Trail Forks. Yeah, the drive up here is so nice. Going through a river canyon. I think it's the middle fork of the Feather River. Holy moly, I got a long way to climb. What the heck? I ain't done nothing yet. Uh-oh. I'm not great at the math, but I think there's a chance I don't make it to the top. Back in eco mode. Go a little slower now. Started at 58%, down to 39%. Not even sure how far through I am because the segment's not on Trail Forks to confirm the actual mileage. Don't forget to drink. I haven't taken a sip in like an hour. Whoops. On cold days like today, it's so easy to forget that you need to stay hydrated. You have to stay ahead of the game with your electrolytes. And for me, hot days, cold days, every day, I've got Element, the fine sponsor of today's video, inside my water bottle. Before I found Element, I would usually make it through most rides fine, just drinking normal water. But then a couple hours later on the drive home, I would get a splitting headache, and I would just follow it up with more plain water, when really I probably needed more salt to balance out my electrolytes. When I keep drinking my Element, I am good to go. When I forget, I'll start feeling that headache come back. I make sure I down a full bottle and I'm squared away. It took me so long to find that perfect electrolyte drink mix that kept me fired up but didn't get me jittery. I really don't like all the caffeine stuff, that tasted great but didn't have a pound of sugar, and one that didn't mess with my stomach. Once I found that Element checked every single one of those boxes, I was off to the races, and there has not been anything in my water bottle ever since. The Element thesis is to restore health through hydration. They believe that most people, especially active people who get out and sweat a lot, need more salt in their diet, not less, to feel good and perform their best. Element has been a game changer for me. I think you're gonna love it, but anything's possible, and if you're not quite satisfied, send them an email. They have a perfect, no questions asked refund policy. You are taking no risk with your first taste of Element. And when you do put in your order, whether it's your first or your 500th, use my link, drinkelement.com/BKXC, and you'll get a free 8-pack sample pack. You'll have all these individual flavors of Element to try, to share, to figure out what you like the best. There's no better time than now to get your hydration sorted with Element. Head on over to my link, drinklmnt.com/BKXC. Oh wow, that's the ridge. That's where we're heading. Oh nice, there's parking up here. Nice trailhead sign too. Somebody's already out on the trail. Oh yeah, that's cool. I found that my peanut butter things are actually on Amazon, so usually I have to go to Walmart or Target and they sell out quickly. Okay, this is awesome, the adventure begins. Very tempted to put the jacket back on because I'm getting a little cold, but I got another 1,000 feet of climbing up here. This is gonna warm me up. Multi-use trail, dirt bike, hike bike, horse, elephant, camel. I'd like to see him give me a ticket for riding my elephant out here. It's a baby elephant, so it's a little more agile. Hey. Hello. Are you a little killer? Oh yeah. It's always funny seeing a dog on the trail because that first little split second you're like, what is this? 32%. I think I can see some tracks from the mini excavator coming up and down here. I met Zach, who was on the trail crew at the bike shop a couple days ago. Talked to him and he said that they had just a little bit of a weird alignment. They've got to realign something and dig it out because they happen to just barely touch some private property. They wanted to get things properly aligned. Massive shout out as always to the Sierra Buttes. Whew. Okay, I gotta breathe. Shout out later in a second. I am once again happy to report that Trail One Components will donate $100 from the Trail One Treasury to the Sierra Buttes Trail Stewardship for making this ride, for taking care of this, for building these trails. We set aside $1 for every single component we sell. If the component is named for a trail system, we donate that money back to the trail system, but we also have a nice big treasury fund for all the miscellaneous stuff. And I'm trying to do my best for every ride I do to donate $100 back to the trail stewardship. The trail stewardship of the trail I'm riding. And it's not always easy to do, but at least here in America with trail forks and everything, it's pretty, everybody's pretty caught up. A little crunchy. Got the orange light for being under 30% power. Am I gonna make it? I think so. We did a 4,000 foot climb. I think I still had 55% battery on the Mount Huff Trail. But once you get to the single track, it is a little different. When I first saw this trail pop up on Trail Forks, I should have asked the guys at the shop, U Expeditions. They know, they're so tied in to the Sierra Buttes Trail Stewardship that they know what's going on. But I was just kind of like looking and being like, maybe I'll just go do it with sight unseen, which would have been great too. I love doing that. But I should have known to ask, ask those guys, because they had all kinds of good info. This is the the future alignment. They were talking about how the private property line and stuff, and I did get some intel from the guys at the shop, and so they said it is okay to go over the top of the mound. Churn, baby, churn. That's awesome. Whoa. Mount Lassen way out there. It's got snow. Got the new back tire, WTB Judge, as recommended by Mason at the bike shop. Aggressive tread for snow and dirt. And back to Hero Dirt. Hoping the downhill is going to live up to this amazing uphill. This is magnifique. Whoa. Yeah. There's the big tree. Don't think the trail actually goes over this, but this is a landmark. Okay, I think it's time to start pointing downhill. Or is it? Where's the trail? Hello! A little bit of ice, a little bit of snow, a little bit of, is this the way? I think so. That was good to survive that. So from 58% battery to 20%, pretty good. I think there's still some climbing at the end, so not gonna use much power doing this though. Ooh, yeah. My favorite kind of terrain. Rocky, loamy, green on the sides. All right, gonna find out quickly if I need to put my saddle down even more. Wow. Dangerous little brake draggers through the snow. Whoa. Not so bad. I don't think I could go much faster, even without the snow. Ride it, don't slide it. Easier said than done. Sound effects are always good though. Oh, man, those rocks just big enough to roll ya. I think I got the muscles. Take this out. Oh yeah, one piece of bark at a time. Oh, it's heavy. Dang, it's going good. I'm getting mud in my eyes, but not on my camera. This is exactly how I imagine every steep loamer trail that you ride 10 years later, and you're like, why is this even a trail? It's so blown out. But this is how it starts, really good like this. Oh yeah. Cool. Feel like I could push it just a little bit more. Always good to do with no gloves on. Oh yeah, I haven't even talked about how I fell back in love with the e-bike after doing a couple rides with Sarah when she was demoing the Heckler SL that she eventually bought from Yuba Expeditions from their demo fleet. Nice deals right now if you look on their site. But yeah, we rode Mount Huff, climbed up with the e-bikes. Oh, this is cool through here. So that Mount Huff to Tollgate ride was just fantastic. Maybe any bike will feel fantastic on that ride, but it just got me so fired up once again for the Oso. I had been just kind of poo-pooing it a little bit and saying like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as quick and nimble on the downhills. Feeling a little sluggish, but then we went and rode Indian Falls, which I highly recommend. And I felt great. I was getting air. I was doing everything on the bike, so I am back to, ooh, you need the e-bike power through that. I'm back to really giving the thumbs up for the Ibis Oso. I think if I was gonna, you know, do it again, I would get the, whatever the super light e-bikes are now, like the Heckler, something like that, but this thing is fun. Just opens up so many more little rides. Say 10%? Okay, 19% battery. Okay, I was like, I've gone up a tiny little uphill. Shouldn't be using anything. Ooh. Going a little lower, getting out of the hero dirt. A little more dusty. Ooh, those pine cones are massive. Jeffrey pine, maybe. This is insane. That's as long as my forearm. Oh, I got sap all over me. Whoops. Woo, yeah. Magic carpet ride. Whew, weird. Active. Okay, I think this is a trail. Woo. Whoa. Whoa. That branch in the face freaked me out. Oh, just enough. There's some tough to follow spots, but it's pretty cool. Just makes you feel like you're out here in the middle of nowhere. I gotta be one of the first people to actually ride this trail too. Oh my. Little Everstoke turn there. Woo. Oh yeah. Oh no. Ooh. A little electronic doping for that. They promised the steeps and they delivered. Oh yeah. Oh, cool. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Nope. It's over here. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Had to let her rip. I can't help myself. Whoa. Man, some cool twisties. Some artistry coming down this trail. Whee! Just when you get comfortable. Trying to find the perfect modulation. There we go. Okay. Glad I was going a little slower there. Well, for how steep this is, it's lasting a good amount, which is great. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Tough stuff. Oh yeah. Yikes. Not very possible to climb up this thing. I smell my brakes. It's pretty rare for me too, because I'm so light. So it's like the little extra bit of the e-bike weight, I think, is adding to the struggle bus. Whoa, Downeyville side right here. Oh, beautiful. Whew. Down to the creek. Oh yeah. Somebody's work gloves fell out. There you go. Riding something new and loving every second of it. See if I can run this battery out. Man, that icy road for the motorcycle that crashed on it, it's like a great lesson that I didn't have to be a victim of. I could see it or hear it happen, go see the aftermath and be like, okay, that really actually shocked me, where I didn't have to be the one to crash to like really learn and be like, okay, bridges get icy. I've seen it, I've seen signs that say that, but that was treacherous. Ooh. The very next day, this trail got hit by a snowstorm. It's closed for many months to come. Hopefully April it'll melt out, maybe May. We'll see when it does. I'll probably be back there with Sarah and we got to ride that loop once again on a full e-bike battery, so I'm not worried the whole time. I have to say I am pretty pessimistic about the long-term sustainability of the trail. I love it. Just maybe nobody will ride it and then it'll be fine. It'll be good to go forever, but man, I hope they can find a way to keep the ruts off the trail. I think it's going to be a quite hard thing to do, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Until then, do me a favor, go ride something new, and maybe I'll see you on the trail.